suboccipital triangle, we are going to see the deep structures. We have done how the vertebral artery goes into the second, third part with the norma occipitalis, the mastoid process, and this is the margin of the external occipital difference, this is superior nuchal line, the external occipital crest is the inferior nuchal line, this is the highest nuchal line, this is the sagittal suture, and this is the lambdoid, this is the occipital bone, and this is the first cervical vertebra, the posterior tubercle, this is the second cervical vertebra, the bifid spine, foramen transversarium of C1 and C2, and the C3, C4, C5, C6, and vertebra prominent as the C7. All bear the foramen transversarium, that is the special feature of the cervical vertebrae. And this was the atlanto-occipital membrane. This is the incomplete membrane because it bears a opening hole here, gap between the two. This is the third part of the occipital vertebral artery passing to the foramen transversarium. Then it becomes the third part horizontal in front of the posterior arc of the atlas. Then all the dorsal nerves, they arising, spinal nerves arising on the upper part of the vertebra, the C1, C2, and C3, they are the dorsal ramus of this region. So in the occipital region, deep to this, here lie the muscles. First muscle taken from the posterior tubercle of the atlas and is inserting over the area below the inferior nuchal line in the rectus capitis posterior minor muscle. The rectus capitis minor muscle, then the major muscle, rectus capitis major arising from the spine of the axis and is inserted lateral to the minor. Both are rectus capitis major and minor. And here is the vertebral artery entering into the foramen magnum through the hole in the atlanto-occipital membrane. This is the third part. When it goes inside, it becomes the fourth part. Then another muscle taken from the axis spine and inserted over the tip of the transfer process of the atlas. So this muscle is the inferior oblique muscle. Then from tip of the transfer process, the muscle goes obliquely medially and inserted over the lateral area of the area between superior and the inferior nuchal line. And this is the superior oblique muscle. Superior oblique muscle. This is the inferior oblique muscle. This is the rectus capitis minor. And this is the rectus capitis major. So because of these muscles, a triangular area is intermuscular area is created. This is called the suboccipital triangle. And the content of the suboccipital triangle, number one is the C1 dorsal ramus of spinal nerve. As this nerve comes, it supplies all the four suboccipital muscles. So because of this nerve is called the suboccipital nerve. After supplying the four muscles, so this nerve descends downward and it meets with the C2 at the lower part of the inferior oblique and it forms the greater occipital nerve, which pierces the muscles and the deep fascia and supplies the scalp up to the vertex. This is the thickest cranial nerve of the human body. So this is called the greater occipital nerve. Greater occipital nerve. So one is the C1 nerve, Gossamer or the suboccipital nerve. Then posterior arc of the actus. Third is the third part of vertebral artery. And fourth one is the atlanto-occipital membrane. Atlanto-occipital membrane. So this is what we are seeing in this content is different. So this greater occipital nerve is the key nerve to the suboccipital triangle. We call the key nerve because when we dissect the scalp at the vertex, we can raise this nerve downward and where this nerve ends at the lower part of the inferior oblique. So we will reach the inferior oblique. Go from the inferior oblique laterally, we can reach the superior oblique muscle. From superior oblique we can go to the rectus capitis major. And in this way we reach the suboccipital triangle. That's why it is called the key nerve to the suboccipital triangle. So this triangle is formed by the boundaries of the suboccipital triangle. So superior medial boundary is formed by the rectus capitis major and minor, both the muscles. Then inferior lateral boundary formed by the inferior oblique. Then superior lateral boundary is formed by the superior oblique muscle. So in this way the intramuscular space is created that we call the suboccipital triangle. Now this triangle is covered by another muscle, one of the strongest muscles of the body, that is semispinalis capitis. Semispinalis capitis. This muscle is a part of the sacrospinalis muscle or is a part of the erector spinal muscle. So it takes origin from the sacrum and it runs upward. All cervical vertebra, all lumbar vertebra, thoracic vertebra and which they all attach to the cervical vertebra. Attached to the ligamentum nuclei also. Is attached to this axonocerebral crest and spines of all thoracic vertebrae, all cervical vertebrae is the ligament of the neck. Then the semispinalis capitis is the part of the rectospinal muscle. It is coming by attached to the ligamentum nuclei and the spines of the cervical vertebra. And this muscle covers the suboccipital triangle and it is inserted area below the superior and the inferior line and cover the suboccipital triangle. And it also covers the horizontal part of the third part of the vertebral artery. It is well protected. Right. So it is a very convex muscle, quite thick muscle of the neck. So protecting the vertebral artery. On this semispinalis capitis is a very thin muscle. It takes origin from the medial 1/3 of the superior nuclear line and external occipital protuberance and the ligamentum nuclei as well as the spine of cervical and all thoracic vertebra. It's a thin muscle is the trapezius. This is the lateral part of the trapezius and it is inserting over the spine of the scapula up to the acromion process. And from there and here it is also continued on the lateral one third of the clavicle also. So this trapezius muscle is over the semi-spinal scapula. So this greater occipital nerve, as it is lying deep in the suboccipital triangle below the inferior oblique muscle, first it pierces the semi-spinal scapula, then it pierces the trapezius muscle, then it pierces the deep cervical fascia, investing layer of the fascia of the neck, then it comes into the subcutaneous area, and then it supplies the scalp up to the vertex. This is the course of the key nerve to the suboccipital triangle after piercing the muscle. And on this muscle lies the deep investing layer of the deep fascia, which is attached to the external occipital protuberance and the superior nuchal line. Plus, it also attached to the ligamentum nuchae and spines of the all cervical vertebra. So this covers the suboccipital triangle and its all muscles, the trapezius. Another muscle may be inserted, is present to the lateral one third of the superior nuchal line, is this splenius capitis. The splenius capitis is also covering the roof of the suboccipital triangle, and it also overlies the inferior oblique muscle. So this is the splenius capitis. So they are all covered by the deep fascia. On the deep fascia there is the superior fascia, and the superior fascia there lies the skin. These all structures they form the roof of the suboccipital triangle. The roof of this suboccipital triangle is formed by the skin and the superficial fascia, which contains greater occipital nerve and occipital artery laterally. And then deep fascia, this is the deep cervical fascia, and then come the muscles. All the upper three structures they form the roof of the suboccipital triangle. Muscles are the covering them, the trapezius and the semispinal capitis and splenius capitis. So they are also come into the roof of the suboccipital triangle. And when we remove this, then we reach the suboccipital triangle muscle. Now last comes what is the applied importance of the suboccipital triangle. The suboccipital triangle is used in the children for the collection of the CSF. Because in the children lumbar puncture is not possible. Because the child always in a moving position. You can't fix the lumbar. Secondly, the spinal cord is much below at the level of L1. In the adult it is below at the L1 level, but in the children the spinal cord is long. So we can't do the lumbar puncture in the children. So preferable site is the suboccipital triangle. Here a needle is taken, long needle is taken, and we just go through the roof of the suboccipital triangle and we puncture the atlanto-occipital membrane, and from the atlanto-occipital membrane we collect the CSF sample for testing in the children. So this is the optimal site, because just in front of the atlanto-occipital membrane there lies the cisterna magna, that the cerebello-medullary system. So a large amount of the CSF is here because this is the largest cistern. So because of its anatomical position in front of this suboccipital triangle, we can easily collect it. So that is the applied importance of the suboccipital triangle. That's all.